My Universe, Episode 3, The Flows of the Cosmic Fabric, Rotations, Expansion, and the Information Paradox, V2. Welcome to this third appointment with Cyclic Quantum Cosmology. In the first two episodes, we tore open the veil over the mysticisms of modern physics, replacing the magical beginning of the Big Bang with a kinematic event, the primordial collision of multidimensional membranes, the brains in the bulk. We understood that space is not a static vacuum, but a dynamic fabric continuously generated by quantum factories scattered throughout the universe. Today we descend into the mechanical details of this flow. We will analyze how galaxies move, how expansion really works, and above all, how black holes do not destroy anything, but are the immovable engines of cosmic recycling. As always, to facilitate understanding, we will visualize this model in a rigorous and geometric two-dimensionality before making the great leap. Black holes in the galactic treadmill, where matter falls and space is born. Official physics tells us that the periphery of galaxies rotates at an invisible and inexplicable speed, and to justify it, has invented a magical substance, dark matter. But reality is purely mechanical. Let us imagine the galactic center dominated by a supermassive black hole, not as a simple bottomless pit, but as a double-acting engine. On one side, the matter that composes the galaxy continuously falls toward the black hole. On the other, the galactic center constantly feeds new space, new geometric building blocks, into the plane. To visualize it, let us use a powerful analogy, a cosmic treadmill. Matter is like a runner moving on the belt, falling inexorably inward, the engine of the black hole. But the treadmill, at the same time, pushes the newly created space outward, toward the periphery of the galaxy. This outgoing flow of space drags the galactic periphery along with it, acting as a kinematic propeller, while the density of the matter accumulated toward the center acts as a fluid dynamic brake. The constant speed of rotation is not a mystery. It is the result of this perfect mechanical balance between the space flowing outward and the matter falling inward. The absolute conservation of information and the string-brain separation, what happens when matter touches the event horizon of the black hole. Modern physics despairs over the information loss paradox. In our mechanical model, information is never lost. It is an ironclad geometric law. When a fundamental constituent of matter, an interaction between string and brain, reaches the heart of the black hole, a clear separation occurs. The string unties itself and returns to being pure geometric space, ready to be re-emitted into the flow. The brain, instead, falls inside the black hole. In this fall, the brain fully and permanently retains and maintains all the structural information of the original piece of matter. The black hole is the safe of the universe, not its destroyer. First hint of elastic space-time, spaghettification, and the illusion of proper time right in front of the horizon of the black hole. Enormous geometric forces and tensions are recorded. Astrophysicists see them and observe their energetic effects. Therefore, they are there, they exist, and they are measurable. To understand what happens in this boundary zone, we must introduce a revolutionary concept. Time is a mechanical property of strings. We can imagine the fabric of space-time as an elastic material. What is the unit of time? It is simply the mechanical tick-tock needed for a piece of matter to slide or substitute itself from an open string to the one immediately next to it. A simple shift of position. Now, what happens near a black hole? The geometric traction is so immense that the strings undergo an extreme stretching, just like a rubber band stretched to the maximum of its capacity. This phenomenon produces two incredible effects. Spaghettification. Approaching matter is literally stretched and elongated because it finds itself traveling on strings that are being geometrically deformed and dilated beyond measure. The paradox of time. Since the strings are stretched, the path that matter must travel to pass from one string to another becomes much longer. Mechanically, the sliding slows down. For an observer looking from afar, where the strings are not tense and maintain their standard measure, the time of the matter near the black hole will seem to flow in extreme slow motion, almost to a halt. But for the falling matter, time flows normally, millimeter after millimeter, string after string. The stretching of these strings also establishes a fundamental physical law. There is a maximum limit beyond which the elastic of the string cannot stretch or let information slide. This mechanical and geometric limit is the maximum speed impossible to exceed, the one that official physics calls the speed of light. This concept, based on the quantum mechanical principle of positioning, will allow us in the future to explain even the behavior of a photon with millimetric precision. Variable recession and the great voids moving out of the galaxy and looking into deep space, the expansion of the universe does not reveal itself as an equally distributed magical constant. The Hubble constant, but as a variable hydrodynamic phenomenon. The more space factories, intergalactic black holes, there are between two galaxies, the more space is injected, and the more rapidly the galaxies move away. And where space was left orphan of its primordial counterpart after the collision of the brains, the great cosmic voids are born, bubbles devoid of internal geometric tension that expel matter toward the edges, creating the great filamentous walls of the observable universe. Everything is explained by the pressure and tension of a geometric fluid. Conclusion, until now, for our convenience, and to ensure you a better understanding, we have described this dynamic model by moving on a strictly two-dimensional plane. But this is only the launching pad. We insist on telling you that this model will soon be transformed into a three-dimensional model, the only one capable of fully, and with geometric precision, explaining the complex reality that surrounds us. There we will see how the torsion, spin, and three-dimensional elasticity of the strings create the texture of time and of light itself. See you in the next episode.